to the Toy Rewind Podcast with your hosts, the Brothers Newland. Now, let's talk toys.
Hello, everybody. I am Michael, and I just learned how to say a word in Danish.
And it's Danish. Like how you.
He almost said Scottish.
I'm John.
And I'm Andrew. And I really hope, Michael, you know how to say a few words in Danish, not Scottish. Welcome to the Toy Rewind Podcast. This is just a little place where the three of us like to get together, talk about toy lines from our childhood, and these toys. We're going to get a history lesson on these guys. So it's going to be fun. We're going to talk about how they got created, talk about how they ended up on the shelves and maybe in your households. This week, we rewind back to the 1950s. That's a good jump. So this is back like when Mom and Dad were born.
Yep.
Yeah, so jump all the way back that. We're going to talk about Treasure Trolls, which were created by Thomas Dam. And released by his company, Damn Things. So,
actually, Treasure Trolls aren't his.
Well, yeah, these are just trolls.
Aces Treasure Trolls.
Yes. So, but I'm sure they will come up.
The Damn Trolls is what we're talking about.
The Damn Trolls.
Yeah.
It's 4. How do you have that many, John?
Because I said it, he said it, and you said it. You're already at 4. I said it once, and he said it a couple more times. I think there was another one in there. Let's go with 8 now.
All right, we're at 8 apparently. We'll see how far. We'll see if we can keep up with this.
This is going to be like that scene in Vegas Vacation where they take the damn tour and get the damn tour guide and all that kind of stuff. So.
I've lost count. I can't even tell. All right.
I think we're at 10 now, but I believe we're going to lose count on this one.
Before we get into all things trolls, John, do your thing.
All right. So check our website out over at the toyrewindpodcast.com, and you can also check us out at crossthestreamsmedia.com. You can email us at toyrewindpodcast@gmail.com. Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch is all Toy Rewind Pod. Facebook and YouTube is Toy Rewind Podcast. Make sure you're paying attention so you can see when we're going to stream some toy box showcases when we get a chance. We do those to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And of course, if you want to play along with a little game, as we talked about last week, you can always join in and do the podcast bingo over at podcastbingo.com/Toy Rewind and see how many times you can get a bingo. If you can get a bingo, hopefully you do. If you're playing along, if you do, let us know so we can probably send you a sticker or something. And then keep up for our collector showcases as we do those. I think we're looking for once a month right now with our friends over at the Geek Together channel on Twitch.
We do have one. We're still trying to get an exact date, but it's coming up in the next week or so. Hopefully, first part of January is what we're shooting for. So next 10 days. Promise we'll have something. So look forward to that. We're going to talk about some movie memorabilia on that one. All right. Well, this is first episode of 2022. John's opening up candy. And are you going to eat that on the show, John?
I might.
You may eat that. You just don't smack.
Bag of Reese's.
Make sure you don't schmack. That's not a good thing.
E.T.'s favorite, Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces. Okay. Fun stuff for Reese's. By the way, these are really cool. I know I just got them. I just got me one. I got me a pin, a Toy Rewind pin.
About time.
Yeah.
They've been in my truck to give to them. I just hadn't seen them.
Also, I don't know if we talked about this on here, but I do have the y'all's Christmas present that you've got to come get at some point. Right. So your Toy Rewind album covers that I printed for the three of us. So,
I guess I'll need to find an album to put into it.
Well, just so you know, this is not a 12-inch; it's a 10-inch. So you're gonna have to find a special album.
Right.
Yeah. So I made it more complicated. You're not even going to be able to find any way to hang it up. You're just going to have to figure that out. So you got to do that. I'm trying to think what else we have. Do we have anything? No, I don't think we do. We can just jump right into.
Rewind and go with it.
You said it, not me, John. I was waiting for you to press a button because you said it. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's rewind. And
I was waiting for y'all to do so.
All right, Professor.
Okay, here we go. Now I can do my thing. All right, so these were created in the late 1950s by Thomas Dam, who was a bakery he was a baker, fisherman, woodcutter turned toy maker. He did a lot of things to make money for his family. And so he was a baker mostly, and then the local flour factory closed down, which kind of put a kink in his plans. So he had to find something else to do to provide for his family. So Thomas Dam shoveled snow to make money to provide for his family while trying to figure out what the next career was going to be. So just imagine just having to shovel snow to make money. So but
it's not that bad. I promise. It's not that bad to shovel snow.
Yeah. No, we don't get any snow here anyway.
Well, we wouldn't know we get more ice here than snow.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But
I mean, it's not that bad. As long as it's just pure snow, like good snow, it moves pretty easily. So it's not that bad.
That doesn't happen here. No. So during his time in between shoveling snow when he was at home, he sat by his fireplace and carved wood. Most of these carvings were funny little characters for his kids. Now, I saw two different stories of how these trolls started to become more like trolls, these little figures that he was carving. But I think by looking at it, they probably coincide with each other. They could happen at the same time. So I'll give both stories, and then you can see where they could possibly fit together. And then by the time the trolls started making headway, those stories merged into the same story. So the first story that was there, or one story that he carved a doll for his daughter for Christmas because he didn't have enough money to buy gifts. Other children saw his doll that he made for the kids, made for his daughter, and they immediately wanted one as well. So she was out there with her doll. It was a wood doll. It wasn't really a doll. It was a wood figure. And then all the other kids wanted one as well. So he started making them for the kids as well. So the second story states that his wife persuaded him to try and sell the figures that he made. So I guess with the popularity of the kids and stuff, she saw where they could actually make some money off of it or something. So she encouraged him to do that.
Isn't that how it always works?
Yeah.
Somebody does something cool and somebody's like, hey, we can make money off that.
Yeah, we do that. So Thomas picked up his as many as he could, and he traveled to the nearest big city, Aalborg, which was
one of the words
was from. He was the city he was from. This is the word I just learned. Is Fjord. Is the little town he's from. It's right in the middle. We looked at the map. It's right in the middle of Denmark. But so he picked up, went to the next big city that was close, called Aalborg. So his idea was he would go door to door to sell these little figures that he made, and then he ended up coming home empty-handed. So he sold every one that he took. So they were very popular with people. People just love those things. And you got to remember, that's just all wood, so it's not like the troll dolls that we know now. So now the story, those two different stories, you kind of see where it might have intertwined with each other, but they weren't mentioned at the same time in any of the articles I found. So, but where the story, both of them kind of merged together, is that the figurines that he made was starting to find fandom. People started wanting more and more. So the area customers began to commissioning him for bigger projects. And before long, shoveling snow became a thing of the past, and Thomas Dam became a working sculptor whose success started to reach out past Denmark's borders. So people got word of how good of a sculptor he was, and it just grew. His business just grew that way. In 1956, he was hired by a Swedish department store to create a large sculpture of Santa Claus. When finished with the display, he realized that the Santa was hard to see from the street. So he proposed to use the accompanying window display to make some Christmas elves, which was similar to the figurines dolls that he was making out of wood. So what he did was he used mattress springs, and he had this little contraption with wood, a little wooden contraption. It would actually bounce the springs up and down, and the little dolls or figures would kind of bounce, and it looked like they were waving or bouncing up and down, like hey, and he called them the Christmas elves. Now these were almost looking like the trolls that we know now. But because of this, the store was flooded with customer requests to buy the dolls. So again, people were starting to love these little figures and just wanted more and more of them. So,
I mean, if you have something in your window, people are going to want it.
Yeah.
And if you don't have it, it's false advertising.
Yeah. So Thomas had to tweak the design to be able to keep up with production, because it took a lot of time and money to make a wooden doll, to carve it. And by hand. He was doing it by hand. Every one that he made was done by hand. So he had switched to a rubber mold, and then it filled it up with wood shavings. And he had plenty of wood shavings around, probably. So
did he say why he filled it up with wood shavings?
Just because it needed to be filled with something, and I'm sure he had plenty of shavings around.
I guess it's not a hard rubber.
No, it was a softer rubber,
like a soft rubber, so it had to be filled with something. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it
wasn't a solid
like Stretch
figure.
Armstrong type.
Yeah,
maybe not stretchy like that, but like malleable. Yeah. That's the word, malleable.
Yeah, big word. And then he used for the hair. He used sheep wool dyed sheep wool for the hair. This is the first time that he actually used something like that, because it was all wood before. It was just wood from hair to toe. So by 1959, Dam established a small factory, and in 1961, he switched to an even more efficient production process using the same PVC plastic that trolls are made of today. So 1961 was the first time that he used what it kind of stuck around all the way up till now. And in between that time, from the time he made the little Christmas elves in that Christmas display he built for the department store, up till 1959 when he changed the thing, the Christmas elves weren't exactly like the trolls now, and he kind of finessed that to make them look more like what you know now. In between those few years there, during this time, his company was growing, and he named the company Damn Things. Is the name of the company. So
I think we're like 15.
Yeah. So he just used his name. So by 1962, the troll dolls had become an international sensation, with several factories spanning all the way from New Zealand to Florida. So, I mean, he got started in 59, and then by 1962, he was global. So that was 3 years that company just grew like wildfire. So it's just crazy. So by the time they were sold in the U.S., the trolls, which Thomas had named Good Luck Trolls, is what he was calling his. The U.S. trolls were called Wishnicks, and encouraged children to rub their trolls' colorful hair for good fortune. So, and being sold in the U.S., there was one company that had official licensing to sell those here in the U.S., and that was Uneeda was the name of this company. So
Uneeda.
In 19,
That's unique. You
Yeah.
need a
you need a troll doll.
yeah.
Just like that.
First
So-
time we've heard that company too.
You
Yeah,
need
that's the first time.
you need
and they
a
were around for a while. I haven't looked up the company themselves, see what all, but they were around. They've been around for quite a while.
you know what you need, Michael? You need to do a company profile.
I do
Next time
on
they come up.
Unita. Yeah, so that might be in the future on something else. So 1964, Americans purchased more than 1 million trolls that year, which prompted Damn Things to purchase Iceland's entire harvest of wool for use of the troll hair.
Wow.
So that's crazy. They bought the whole harvest from that whole country. Iceland's complete harvest just for troll doll hair.
Interesting.
Yeah. Another thing, in Scandinavian mythology, trolls are not good creatures. They're pretty mischievous and troublemakers. They're not good at all. But Thomas Dam's design exaggerated those evil-looking features that they look like, and then made this troll so ugly that they're cute.
That's
And he once said, this is a quote from Thomas Dam himself, his trolls were so ugly you couldn't help but laugh, and when you laugh, good luck follows you. So
okay.
just laugh all the time. Just have a good time.
I mean, I
So-
usually laugh when I see John.
You say John? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So during the Troll Dolls heyday, there was, like I said, there was only one company licensed to sell official Damn Trolls in the U.S. That's Unita. But because of a gap in the U.S. copyright law at the time, competitors exploited the gap and pumped out similar dolls made with cheaper materials. So people started just ripping it off and just making troll dolls left and right. All these different companies. Because of this gap, which was, by the time Thomas Dam obtained a U.S. copyright, Unita had already sold countless trolls, and which put them in the public domain. So if they would have waited until this copyright was obtained, then they would have had exclusive right. They would have been the only company. Nobody else could produce any. But because they did this before he got the copyright, they were just out there, and everybody else started copying them and doing whatever and making their own. So, which kind of hurt the sales for them because they were cheaper, because people were using cheaper material and stuff. But there was a whole bunch of different companies making troll dolls here in the U.S. By that time. So
They were everywhere.
yeah, they were big. I was talking to Mom earlier. She said she had several when she was growing up, when she was a little kid. So, so by the 19th, what was that?
Did you say what color their original hair colors were dyed to?
No, it just said that it was dyed wool that they used. I don't know all the colors they had originally. You'd
White,
have to
black,
look
and
up.
orange.
White, black, and orange. Okay.
Or the three original colors for the hair.
Okay. Good to know. That's what we're here for.
Just came across it.
So, all right. By the 1970s, interest in the troll dolls started to fade. But 2 decades after their heyday, a couple named Stephen and Eva Stark debuted the Norfin line of trolls. These were officially licensed Damn Trolls, but came with a new range of facial expressions designed to encourage collecting. So they kind of saw this. These came out. These were debuted in the 1983 New York Toy Fair. So this couple realized, hey, we can put these back out there, make different expressions on their faces, different color hair, all different kind of things, and they knew the routine to make something collectible. So everybody wants to collect every one of them. So nostalgia took over, and the troll dolls had a new life throughout the 80s and 90s. With copyright issues still unresolved, unlicensed doll continued to be made Like Andrew said, the Treasure Trolls, Aces Treasure Trolls came out during the 80s. These added a rhinestone belly button called a Wishstone. Another company, yeah, Andrew's got one there. Another company, another big company that came out with some was Hasbro. They got into it with their battle trolls. So these were like wrestling type. They kind of looked like Masters of the Universe figure trolls in troll form. So they were big, muscular looking trolls. So there was another line called Stone Protectors. This one wasn't around very long. And then Bluebird Toys from the UK had their own version in their Mighty Max line called Hairy Heads, or they also called them Dread Heads, is what they called those. And even the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had their own version of the troll dolls.
They're disturbing.
Yes,
They kind of are. Yeah. So, hey, look at the turtles with this troll face and the fluffy hair on their head. So ultimately, in 1994, the Uruguay Round Amendment Act fixed the gap in the copyright law that was there for 40 years, just about. And that affected the damn trolls in the U.S. And by 1996, Damn Things managed to restore its troll doll copyright. The bad thing is about this is Thomas Dam didn't get to see this because he passed away in 1989 and didn't get to see this problem solved for his company. So his family, his kids and stuff that were running the family or the business got to see this, but he didn't get to see this. One of the most popular non-Dam troll lines was the Russ Berry line of dolls. Although Russ Berry had sold troll dolls since 1963, they agreed to stop selling them in 2004 following a lengthy copyright infringement lawsuit brought by Damn Things. So they actually carried on years after this agreement, this act was made, and finally the lawsuit finally wore them down enough where they stopped producing them.
I mean, why not if you can keep going and you're making money?
Yeah.
I mean,
the Russ Berry ones were I think those were the ones that were just about everywhere, other than the Damn line of them. So it's more than likely what we see around here is probably going to be those the small version of them.
Yeah.
So 2005, DIC Entertainment was licensed the brand and produced products such as fashion dolls and accessories under the name Trolls with the Z, TROLLZ. The new Trolls line was unsuccessful, and the Damn company filed a lawsuit claiming DIC had financially misrepresented the Trolls by destroying the image and goodwill of the doll. So they didn't succeed. They changed the name of it. The company did not like that because it didn't even succeed. So it kind of made things worse. So they, like I said, they filed a lawsuit on them as well. So April, what was it, Andrew?
Oh no, go ahead.
Okay. So in April of 2013, DreamWorks Animation acquired the intellectual property of the Troll franchise from the Damn family and Damn Things, and became the worldwide licensor except for Scandinavia, where Damn Things remains the licensor and continues to produce troll dolls. So they
just in Scandinavia.
So everywhere else around the world, whatever's made now is done by DreamWorks Animation. And they bought that so they can make that. They made the movie, Trolls movie. And then, just last year they had the Trolls World Tour was the other movie that just came out.
The second one?
Yeah, the second one. So,
and I think there's a cartoon. I mean, there's the first movie, and there's the second movie. I think there's a cartoon.
I think there was a cartoon with the Trolls with a Z, and it didn't work very good.
Well, no, I think DreamWorks has a cartoon.
DreamWorks have one too. Okay.
After that second movie.
Okay. Yeah, it's it must be pretty recent then. So, um, they had a few accessories throughout the years with these, several accessories throughout the years. A few that I wrote down from the 1960s. I found an ad for Sears in the Sears catalog. They had the Wishnick trolls. They were 65 cents. This was 1966 is what year this is.
1966.
Yeah, so the Wishnick troll doll was 65 cents. They had a prehistoric model home furnished with true troll decor. It looks like a little suitcase that the front folds down. Inside, you got a little house thing with the fireplace, little chairs, and made out. It looks like Flintstones type furniture is what it looks like.
So 65 cents, 1966 is $5.58 today.
Wow.
That's not
Okay,
terrible.
so this little home that they have, and it's exclusive only to Sears. It's $2.99 was the price on this.
$2.99.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like $15. $25.65.
$25.65. All right, and then they also had several little sets with clothing and stuff like that for them. They had a troll dress up set, career dress ups, and a housewife set. Then they had Sportnik sets with 4 outfits and a troll doll. The clothing sets were $1.67 a piece, and the sport one with the doll itself was $3.77.
$3.77. So that's like $15 and $32. Some of those interesting prices.
Yeah. And then there was another one. They had a miniature troll village. It had 12 mini trolls in it. It was $3.99 for that set.
Yeah, so you're looking at another $25 there. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but
it's interesting how much inflation has cost those things to like the prices on those.
Yeah, exactly.
So I want to talk about the different trolls. So I have 2 here that are treasure trolls. So these are Ace. These are Jude's, my son. So they've seen better days. I don't know what year they're from.
The one in the pink is named Trolley, right? That's the one Rainey gave him. Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is Trolley, and I think this is Troll.
Okay.
They both have. I think they both have the same. No. See, Trolley has a blue star, but they're both blue. But they don't have years on them. It just has the Ace Novelty Company Inc. made in China on the back of the neck. You probably can't see it. And then also on the foot, but it does not have a year. And I wish I could find out what year these are from. There's no way to find out though. Really.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see anything about when the years and stuff came out. It just said the time frame.
He also has this guy, which has a mohawk.
He got a mohawk. Yeah.
He's got a mohawk. And troll blood.
And those are larger trolls too, aren't they?
Yeah, these are larger trolls. These are not the small ones. This one, it says Russ on the bottom. So,
yeah, there was a lot of different companies making these back from the 60s all the way through the 80s. So, I mean, you could, like I said, that copyright gap that was in there, just the license was just horrible for them.
I never realized that they were all different companies really making them.
Yeah.
I just really kind of assumed it was all kind of the same company, because you just see them out there.
Yeah.
I never paid that much attention to realize that they were all different. So apparently John's showing us on screen. If you're watching, you're seeing it. If you're not.
So, and this is, I was just kind of running through and I found some facts on them, but this is Betty Miller. She is the first female pilot to fly solo across the Pacific Ocean. All right. And her one passenger was a Dammit doll troll.
Well, it was a damn troll, but his name was Dammit.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
that's what she named it.
and then
And she's standing there next to JFK, and she's
Right.
holding the troll doll. Yeah.
she took the troll doll when she was invited to the White House.
Mm-hmm.
So
Interesting.
I thought that was pretty,
That's
off the wall fact.
Nice.
You know,
little-
she
nice
she
little thing.
took it with her on the flight for good luck too.
Right.
So that's what they were for. So good
She
luck.
must have. She was rubbing its head, like
Yeah.
his hair, to get that good luck, because that's what you're supposed to do.
Mhm.
Let's talk about the movies real quick. The new movies. Have you? I know, John, you've seen them.
I've
I
seen
haven't seen them.
Or the first one?
trolls.
You seen the first one? Have you seen the first one, Michael?
No, I haven't
you
seen
seen
either
either?
one.
They're actually pretty fun movies. When we watched them, I was like, the kids wanted to see them, whatever.
I heard they were good movies. Yeah.
But they're fun movies. The music aspect from them is just on point. Like
Yeah.
they do a great job with the music, the dancing, all of it, and it makes it fun.
Well,
And then because the first one's all like pop music, and
Yeah,
the second one they
the-
bring all the music in.
The main character, the main boy character in both of them is voiced by Justin Timberlake, isn't he?
Right. Yeah. And so, I mean, obviously, there's lots of pop music in it. But
Yeah,
the
right.
second one, bringing in all the different like version or genres that they bring in, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was good.
I haven't watched the second one, so
Well, you're missing out.
Yeah.
You're missing out, John. I'd say if you haven't seen them, you should check it out. I would pay to see it, but
Mhm.
if you can see it for free, I don't know if it's on anything. I don't know.
it is.
You should check it out. So, obviously, you said Mom had some, and I've got these here. You guys remember these? Like us growing up?
Yeah, I had a few of them, but I always cut their hair off and gave them flat tops. Is what I did. So, and I still have them too. They're just buried in my closet back there. I tried to was going to dig them out, but I got busy and never got a chance to.
Yeah, if you actually get those dug out, I'd like to see them because I remember I had a bunch. I had friends. Things were everywhere.
Yeah.
Friends had them. They were at schools. They were everywhere.
Yeah, they were big. They were huge around the early '90s.
Which is one
late
thing I don't.
80s, early '90s is where I remember most of them being.
I don't remember them not being all one specific company or anything. But then I never paid attention to that at that point.
No, they had like pencil toppers, and I mean they were everywhere.
Excuse me, sorry. So, yeah, John, you remember?
Yeah, some of them. I think there's keychains and stuff too. We had
Keychains.
but I do remember having them. I do remember Michael seeing them all over the house with the flat tops instead of the long hair.
The hair doesn't last long when it's just like he has a sideways side or mohawk kind of because it's just pulled up. But
And
yeah,
some-
when they get moved around, they don't last. It doesn't last too long.
Yeah, some of the companies that produced them have shorter hair. Some of them have really long hair. That one that I was looking that we're talking about that was in that Sears advertisement from 1966. The picture they had of it was all slicked back and combed down. So
Yeah.
I mean, they just throughout the years, it's just different hairstyles and stuff. So
So interesting. So you have something funny, John?
Yeah, I was just reading this. When was this? I guess 2020 or something. Hasbro removing Trolls doll from stores after complaints of an inappropriately placed button. Toy maker Hasbro says it's removing a Trolls doll from the store shelves after people complained that the button on the troll was inappropriately placed under its skirt.
okay.
Sorry, just kind of.
Um,
I mean, it's right on the belly. Still, so
I completely lost what I was gonna say, John. I don't remember. We talked about the movie. I was talking about these.
Going back to the 90s, there was a troll doll that was featured in the 1995 Toy Story movie, the original Toy Story.
There was,
and its sequel.
And
the
its
sequel
sequel.
had one. Toy Story 2 had one in there too.
So, obviously, big Funko fan. Funko did some trolls, and I know this is not one of the. So their medium is obviously vinyl, plastic, PVC. This plastic that we have so much of it behind me, and paint, right? Mostly.
Yeah.
But they started, and I know this probably isn't the first time that they've done different mediums mixed in with that. And I know on their pins, their larger enamel pins, like I have a Batman right here that has like leather as part of it. So they're used different mediums put together. The trolls, I think, were at least some of the first ones that they actually had hair. They had the 10-inch. They actually have hair. They did rainbow, and I think they did all the like orange, blue, red, yellow. Like you could get all the different solid colors, but they also had a rainbow one. So
yeah, Rainey has the rainbow one.
She just had the rainbow one. So those. That's kind of cool to me that they actually went and did the hair on those and didn't just make a mold, paint it or whatever. So
yeah. I'm still amazed that they sold so many back in the mid 60s that they had to buy everything that Iceland produced on wool that year.
That is pretty good. Like that's wow.
All this sheepskin that they produced, they had to buy the whole company's worth. So,
Iceland's just like they need it all. We need it all. All right, let me. I need to pull. Let me share this window because we got to share it every time we do this so we can rank our trolls on our list. So, Michael, where do you ranked troll dolls?
With those there, I'm gonna put it number 1 with those 4. So,
number one.
I'm
not surprised. John.
Dang. Put it number 3.
Number 3.
Right in the middle.
That's actually the same place I was going. I mean, these are huge. These are big. They're awesome. But I kind of personally like the board games and the Mad Balls and stuff more. These, I guess, if there was more, maybe if I knew the whole story behind it as I was growing up, maybe these would be a little better to me. And I know they hit different people, different places, but I think they're cool. Just not my cup of tea for everything. I think that's all right, right?
Yeah, that's right.
We good with that?
It's all right.
Well, we've got that. That's our rankings. Hopefully, I bet these do decently well, and depending on who they get matched up against in their matchup, I bet these do decently well.
Yeah, when we get our next bracket going together.
Yeah. Everybody knows these.
Yeah, sure. Unless they get matched up against like Super Nintendo, they'll make it through the first round at least. No hints that Super Nintendo is coming out on this round or anything. Just wanted to throw that out there. So, all right, what else? Anything else on Troll Dolls?
No, I just I mean, as long as they've been around, since 1959, the original Troll Dolls hit. Thomas Dam was using them, was carving these things out before, and then he kind of fine tuned it to what we know now, and it just hit, and it was a huge success. Like I said, it took 3 years from when he started first selling them to being global. Having factories in the U.S., New Zealand. He had his factories there in Denmark. It was, it's just crazy that it didn't take long at all for those things to explode, and they were big for 10, 15 years, and then about 10 years they were dormant, and then they came out again, and for another 20 years they were huge, and now they're with the movies, the troll movies from DreamWorks, what they're doing with it is it hasn't really gone away.
No,
So-
it's something that's definitely coming, back into the fold, or it's been kind of there. It's just barely outside, like
I
because
mean,
they've always been around.
it's been 60
Yeah.
years,
Yeah.
It's
Right.
been that long.
I'm really, and I guess I knew that the original ones were carved, but I really thought he was like, he carved 10 or 15, then he, starts making them out of PVC, or the rubber, like you mentioned. But I didn't realize he made so many out of wood,
Mhm.
hand carved and everything. That's kind of crazy to me.
Yeah.
I bet his hands hurt.
Well, I
But his hands
imagine he got pretty tired of sitting there carving the same thing over and over after a while.
I think.
But
I
if
wonder
you
if he had
if you enjoyed it doing it and it paid the bills or whatever, then
Yeah, I wonder if he had an assembly line. Like, did he have like 5 in front of him, and he would carve an ear on this one, then an ear on this one, or did he draw all of one? Then, I wonder how he did it.
I don't know, but it had been better than shoveling snow.
I don't know. I'd probably shovel snow before doing this. Having shoveled snow quite a few times now in my life, I would shovel snow before I did this.
If you could do this and sit by the fireplace instead of out shoveling snow, I'd definitely do this.
He was inside doing this for hours and hours and hours. It takes you 20 minutes to shovel snow, and that's if you have a large driveway.
Right.
So, and I guess he was shoveling snow for for money, so he was doing it a lot. But
Yeah.
just my thought. I'd rather shovel snow. All right. Well, with that, remember to stay tuned to our social networks. Be sure you go check out the Geek Together social networks also, because that's where we post when we are going to do our toy collector showcases. Our collector showcases, not our toy box showcases.
Yeah.
Well, our toy box showcases may be there too. Who knows? I don't know. We do them all over the place every time. So be sure you're following those social medias, because that's where you're going to know when we're going to do things. Also, check out Geek Together every Saturday night, or I don't want to say every Saturday night. Those guys get busy sometimes. Most Saturday nights, they're on live on Twitch. So that's twitch.tv/Geek Together. You can find it on the social medias. Promise it's there. Also, check out Cross the Streams Media and all of our partner, sister, brother podcasts. I don't know what they are anymore. Things like the Dorksmen, the SDS guys, the Secondary Heroes, 3 Beers and a Mic, the Movie Gap, the Dan Aykroyd podcast, the Burt Reynolds and Charles Bronson podcast, Front Row Negative, The Art of the Boar, and Beering Ain't Easy. You can find all those at crossthestreamsmedia.com, or it's Cross the Streams Media on Twitter and CTS Media on Instagram, or maybe it's reversed. We should really put that in the notes, John, as to which one's which.
Put that in the notes.
Whichever one it is. If you look up Cross the Streams Media, you will find it. Lots of good stuff going on there. I know we're going to be doing some other crossovers with them pretty soon. So lots of stuff. So while you're at crossstreamsmedia.com, find our page. You can leave us a voicemail. We'll play that here on the podcast, and you can be on a podcast, because everybody can be on a podcast. It's pretty easy. And leave us an iTunes rating and review right there, or you can go to iTunes and do it. It really helps us, because it pushes it. When you review us and you say we know what we're talking about, Apple takes that into consideration. And then when other people are looking for toy podcasts, we pop up for them. So
even though we don't know what we're talking about half the time, then you can still say we do.
I mean, if you do say good things about us, you may get stickers or pins sent to you. You never know. Maybe I should put mine on my hat. John, should I put mine on my hat like you?
It's up to you.
I can be cool like you. Can I be cool like you, John? Michael's not. Obviously, doesn't have his pin on his hat. I don't know how you do that. Does it not stick you?
No.
It's on the other side.
You know which side
You don't even know where it's at.
It's like it sits up there, but like Jackson and them put them. Jackson's got his over on the side right there. So
See, this would be too tight for me here if I put it here.
that's why mine's here, but it's
I don't know.
not really where my head is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can do it.
And this has been an episode of Hat Talk.
Hat Talk with John and Andrew. Michael's he's got a crooked hat over there. Are all your hats crooked?
I think they're all crooked.
Okay, maybe you got a
He's got
crooked head.
I think my head's crooked. Yeah, it's always crooked.
So if you find this one and you see this picture, let me know. But I'll take it as a gift. It's worth about $700.
That's it? Just 700?
Just 700. Just that one with the white hair.
Oh, just that one with the white hair. You want to look at
And
the one
the-
with the white hair.
Hand knitted, crocheted, or whatever.
So if you find a troll with white hair and it's got some hand knitted stuff, let John know. We'll purchase it from you
No, I said
for
give it
about
to me.
$1 for about $1.50. So that's what it's for. All right. Anything you guys want to add before we sign out?
Nope. I'm good.
No.
I'm all trolled out.
You're all trolled out. Okay. That was just long enough for me to find the outro music and the little list. So that's what I was looking for. All right. Well, then I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed Trolls. Go leave us a rating and review or something. And share this podcast with your friends and your family, maybe on social media. You know, it's free to you and priceless to us. So thanks, Alex. All right. On behalf of the Brothers Newland here at the Toy Rewind podcast, play on.
You've been listening to the Toy Rewind podcast. Follow and join in the conversations at toyrewindpodcast.com.